Hello everybody, Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with a Sunday morning edition of the Hokey video blog. Hope your day's off to a good start. We're off to a great start in the weather department. Clear skies, crisp conditions, and a pretty good forecast for the afternoon. Although it will be hot in the lower 90s here in the city. Not a whole ton of humidity in there, so that's the good news there. Alright, our Hokey weather fact for the day talks about precipitation. This is kind of a fun one. So take all the 48 contiguous lower 48 states, and you take all the precipitation that falls in them within a year, take all that water, spread it evenly across those 48 states, you get about 30 inches deep of water. Now that's not counting Alaska and Hawaii, and that's key because there are places in Alaska and Hawaii that get just unfathomable amounts of rainfall. You've got Hawaii that on top of some of those mountains get hundreds of inches of water per year from rain, and the same story in the Alaska Panhandle. I think Juneau is one of the highest rainfall cities in the United States. If you took into effect both of those states, I bet this 30 inches of water would be a little bit higher. Kind of a cool Hokey weather fact for you this morning to wrap your mind around. Wrap your mind around this. Such a beautiful sunrise this morning. Elizabeth Bright, there's an appropriate name for a sunrise picture. She kindly sent this in to our Wave 3 Weather Facebook page. As always, you can send yours in, post them to our page there, or send them via email to pix at wave3.com. I'm also on Twitter at Ryan Hoke Wave3. You can find me anytime, day or night there. Our Kentucky One Health SkyTrack cameras this morning showing us beautiful blue skies. Some clouds still lingering this morning, but those clouds are moving to the south because look at Paoli. Clear as a bell up there at this hour. In fact, on the Doppler radar view, we're nice and clear. There are those clouds, pretty much mostly south of the Ohio River at this point. You'll see them down there. Now, they're going to be moving off. We'll have all this clear air to bask in as we go throughout the afternoon. But these storms up here that are developing now, they'll kind of blossom into a line that'll go across central Illinois this afternoon. Those will die, you'll see as we go through Futurecast. They'll die before they get here, but we still can see some clouds in here from those. Not many, so still counting on a mostly sunny sky for the afternoon as we head throughout the day. Now, here's what we've got through the next 12 hours. On Futurecast, we're up to 88 by 2 p.m. I think we'll get to 90 or better here in the city. I don't think Futurecast is really grasping the fact that we're going to have all this sunshine for the afternoon, and that's really going to pump up those temperatures into the lower 90s here in the city. But regardless, those mostly sunny skies persist. By 1 o'clock, here's a picture of things, 86 by then. There's that line of storms I was talking about up there in central Illinois. Notice how it's falling apart quickly. Just a couple of clouds from those in our northern counties by 10 o'clock this evening. Otherwise, we're fairly calm as we head throughout midnight, but oh my goodness. Yeah, what was that, you're asking? Well, here's what's going to happen. Around 4 a.m., we're going to have a line of storms begin to approach the area from central Indiana, I should say. And these storms, they will be falling apart as they do so. How many times have you heard this scenario? Storms moving in from Indiana, dying as they move in. I know, that's a broken record. But these storms could still have a little bit of heavy rain and a gust of wind or two as they move through. Not expected to be severe, though, as they go through the area, say around 4 o'clock in the morning. They'll be in the Louisville metro, probably closer to 5-ish. As you see here on Futurecast, around 4:30, we're starting to get the front edge of those. So the Monday morning commute may have a few showers in store, possibly a thunderstorm, but notice how quickly they die off once they get here. The 4-kilometer NAM model I was just looking at, a little more aggressive with these storms and kind of similar to what the RPM model that you see here was doing really just about a couple hours ago when we were on Wave 3 News Weekend Sunrise. So they may stick around the storms a little bit longer than what you see here on Futurecast, maybe toward 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, but we'll see how that goes. The trend lately is for the storms to really outlive what the models have said they would by just a little bit there. So let's hope that's not the case so we can get through the Monday morning commute without too much rain. By Monday afternoon, though, we're free and clear of rain during the noontime hours. Once we go through about 4 o'clock, the mid-afternoon and beyond, that's when scattered storms begin to develop. Basically, that cold front that's going to be driving in here through the day is going to settle down around the lower Ohio Valley. It becomes a focus for thunderstorms to form upon. Now, while we won't have a lot of wind energy, a lot of wind shear to deal with these, we're going to have a lot of heat energy, lots of instability. So the storms will be rather explosive at times as they form, but each individual storm cell won't last enough to likely be severe. There's a caveat in that, though, in that when you get this much CAPE or instability, sometimes these storms go strong to severe very quickly, even though they don't last long. So we may have a few storms that go briefly strong to severe. You'll see a strong one there as we go throughout 8 o'clock on Futurecast. But they're out of here after sunset. Things are free and clear by very early Tuesday morning. It's a marginal risk of severe weather across most of our 29 counties, and basically what that means is we'll see a few strong storms with 1 to 2 storms that may merit a severe thunderstorm warning with strong gusty winds, maybe some marginally severe hail here and there as well. 7-day breakdown shows us what we can expect over the next several days. If you're heading out this evening to the Oldham County Fair, this is the last day for it. Dress for those warm temperatures. 90 by 6 o'clock. We're in the upper 80s by 7 and 8. If you're heading out to the pool today, lather up with sunscreen, a UV index of 9, and we'll have those 92-degree high temperatures. And the sticky meter may go from pleasant to humid at a couple times during the day, but I'm not expecting any widespread humidity issues. That's some pretty welcome news for folks who are still sick of the humidity. We've had a few days without it. That's going to continue for one more day. Here's what we look like on Wednesday when a lot of kids go back to school. A lot of folks will be heading out to the bus stop with their kiddos or driving them to school. We'll have an isolated to scattered storm chance early in the day. Becomes more scattered by the afternoon, but by the time just about everybody is home, I think that's when the storms will really kick in. That'll be during the evening hours. So if you're in Bardstown, E-Town, Hardin, Henry, LaRue, Nelson County, Scott County, District 2, that's back to school time for you. You folks, JCPS parents, you've got about a week and a half before you have to say goodbye to the kiddos and send them off to school. Otherwise, by the end of this week, the storm chances begin to taper off. And look at this cool down we've got in the forecast. 79 by Friday. I've still got it in the forecast. There's still some data that supports it. A lot of folks may see some lower 80s out of this, but I think here in the city we've got a shot at seeing 79 degrees. Here's that earliest alert outlook, giving you 14 days of weather here in one graphic. And you'll see that we do have cool down pretty much that's lasting throughout the second week of August. Keeps us in the 80s. There may be some upper 80s in there, but nothing overly crazy. I've adjusted the storm chances here, kind of siding with the Euro, keeping Sunday and Monday free and clear of any storm activity as we get high pressure in here. The Tuesday of that next week, the 11th and 12th, there's a storm chance in here. I had that at a higher chance earlier, but I've since lowered that a bit. And you'll see toward Friday and Saturday of next week, we could get some storm chances in here that are more significant. Low confidence on that one, though. Of course, as you get toward the end of our earliest alert outlook, it becomes a little more tenuous in the confidence meter department there. So take that with a little bit more of a grain of salt. But the 9th and the 10th, we're pretty confident on at this point. That's how it shapes up across Wave Country over the next 2 weeks. Hope everybody got that there. Of course, you can find me tonight on Wave 3 News at 6 and 11. We'll be back here pinpointing that storm chance for your early Monday in more detail, hopefully getting some more conclusive data in on that one. We'll see you then. I'm Meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Enjoy your Sunday.